This week on Beacon Web News, Sym Kehr checks out all the ghosts and ghouls at Boo Bash. Then, Jabari Shakir listens in at the second annual WJJW Unplugged event. And Robert Wehry breaks down all the latest entertainment news in this week's edition of Wehry Weekly Entertainment. That's coming up next on Beacon Web News. Hello and welcome to the October 30th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Julia Texera. Police are investigating a sexual assault on the MCLA campus that was reported on Saturday, October 26 at 3 a.m. The suspect went into the victim's townhouse and fondled them, and fleeing once the victim woke up. The suspect is described as a thin African-American male wearing a long-sleeved white t-shirt. Public safety sent out several emails and safety alerts to students reminding them to keep their doors locked. Join the Student Activities Council, or SAC, in painting mini pumpkins for their pumpkin painting palooza. This event is free on October 31st at 4:30 p.m. in the marketplace. It is the start of the holiday season, and the first holiday market will be on Friday, November 1st. There will be a holiday market every Friday through the months of November and December. It is a chance to buy homemade goods and gifts for the family. Stop by in the marketplace from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Last week, RPS hosted Boo Bash, and BWN Sym Kehr was there to see all the ghosts and ghouls.
Games, food, and crafts at the 25th annual Boo Bash.
I wanted to volunteer because it's a great way to connect with our community, and I'm really happy to be celebrating with everyone here.
I love working with little kids, and it's nice to volunteer and stuff.
I did it my freshman year, and it was a lot of fun, and the kids really liked it.
I just really enjoy volunteering, and this seemed like a fun way to do it.
This year I decided to volunteer because I'm with Spencer Moser in the Volunteer Center, and I just love seeing all the kids on the bus after having such a fun event.
I absolutely love working with kids. I mean, I'm majoring in education. I'm double majoring in both English and education, so I absolutely love working with kids.
I just wanted to have some fun because I feel like all college students are kids at heart, so it's a good way to connect with the community and just have some fun during the spooky season.
There were about 40 volunteers to help the night run smoothly.
I think it's a hit. There's so many people here, they're running around, they're having fun, there's candy, there's food, it's great.
It's getting pretty busy, and the kids are really having a lot of fun. You can see them running around chasing each other. I don't know if they all know each other, but they're running around like they do.
I'm volunteering at multiple tables. We have the crafts table here, and then we also have tic-tac-toe over there. We have bowling over there and photo booth, so there's a lot of options for kids to entertain themselves today.
I think that it looks really good, and the decorations are really fun, and there's a lot of food for the kids and a lot of games, and it seems like everybody's having a good time.
It's a lot of fun. I'm working as a greeter, so I get to say hi to all the kids and see oh my god, their costumes are so adorable.
I feel like all the kids are having fun, they're dancing around, we're dancing around, so it's really nice.
This event was put together by the RPS and the Volunteer Center. For Beacon Web News, I'm Sym Kehr.
And now from the Beacon. MCLA will be having its second annual Day of Dialogue coming up on Thursday, November 7th. The Day of Dialogue will be taking place mainly in Bowman Hall, as well as the Campus Center gym for breakfast and lunch. It's been 2 years since Health Services established its Barrier Express program to combat the increasing rates of sexually transmitted diseases in the nation. The Barrier Express program is a confidential delivery service for students to have access to sexual health supplies like condoms, lubricant, and dental dams. President James Byrd presented finalized plans for the $26 million Connector project to MCLA's Board of Trustees last Thursday, October 24th. The project, if it receives funding from the Division of Capital Asset Management and Maintenance, will provide significant improvements to both Mark Hopkins and Eldridge Hall, as well as building a connection between the two buildings. Released earlier this month on Netflix, Fractured is a 2019 American mystery and thriller film with plot twists and unknown turns that will mess with your mind. Directed by Brad Anderson, the film tells a story about Ray Monroe, who is traveling back from a tense holiday weekend with his wife Joanne and his 6-year-old daughter Perry when tragedy strikes them. Last Wednesday, October 23rd, MCLA Honors Program guest lecturer Kevin Escudero, assistant professor of American Ethnic Studies at Brown University, discussed the intersections between undocumented immigrant youth growing up in New York City, San Francisco, and Chicago. For more information on any of these stories, you can pick up your copy of The Beacon in many locations around the campus or visit www.theonlinebeacon.com. And last week, WJJW hosted their second Unplugged show, and BWN's Jabari Shakir was there to listen in.
WJJW hosted a night of music last Thursday on October 24th at 8 p.m. in the CSI building. The musicians who were featured were Tegan Taylor, singer and songwriter from North Adams, and Pratik, a Boston singer and songwriter who brings a lot of soul and wistfulness to his performances. Taylor explains why she loves music and her favorite aspect of being a musician.
I would say my favorite thing about being a musician is that everything I bring out and I play is the same thing that I play in my bedroom, and it's kind of like bringing your friend out in public with you. They're always there. It's always the same excitement.
Taylor describes what she would like to see different in the music industry.
For more artists to be more involved in all of the parts of their music and their production, I think it's really cool when artists create their own album artwork or they have a really strong influence in it. I think there's a lot of newer artists who are really delving into that and being more hands-on because they see it as an opportunity to really express themselves throughout other forms other than just the music, and that's really important.
Taylor finds inspiration and guidance from her favorite artists.
Favorite artist is Taylor Momsen of The Pretty Reckless. She is really kind of spearheading women in hard rock, which is not necessarily something I play, but I'm really influenced by, and I really appreciate how much she's changed.
Taylor explains why she chose to be a musician and why her passion for music is greater than doing anything else.
I am a musician because the thought of doing anything else makes me sad. This is where my heart is.
Pratik enjoys the feeling he gets from playing and performing music in front of his fans.
Like actually getting to play in front of people. Just being on stage. A lot of people say it's a high, but like it really is, and I love it personally.
Pratik describes what he would like to see different in the music industry.
Encourage more collaboration, I think. Encourage more things to happen that aren't not just because they're marketable.
Pratik finds inspiration and guidance from his favorite artists.
Lately, I've been kind of obsessed with this guy named Joe Pug. He's a really phenomenal singer-songwriter, and I just love everything about his music, his lyrics, his stage presence. He's been a huge inspiration on me.
Pratik explains why he is a musician and why he loves music.
Because I chose to be a musician because it was probably out of every sort of like job I'd had, this was the kind of the first one where I felt like it was something that I wanted to do, and something that I wanted to keep doing for a really long time.
I also interviewed MCLA senior Teresa Leahy, who enjoyed the concert and is impressed with WJJW's live music features.
Yeah, I did. I think WJJW does an amazing job of putting together concerts that are unique in sound and in venues, and I'm just so excited to have live music come to MCLA through the college radio station, and I think every concert is just amazing. And yeah, it was an awesome job. Both Tegan and Pratik did an awesome job, and it was amazing to have them here.
I'm Jabari Shakir, and this is the Beacon Web News.
The Mind's Eye is joining forces with Mass MoCA to present SLOW, a symposium in praxis and theory. The symposium will feature over 40 speakers from a range of scholarly and creative disciplines that engage slowness as a theatrical framework for art. SLOW will be taking place on Friday, November 1st from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This event is free to all MCLA students. On Saturday, November 2nd, come to Venable Gym starting at 10 p.m. for a Halloween dance party. Hosted by Nexus and the Black Student Union, tickets for students are $2 at the door. Students must bring their MCLA ID, and guests must have guest passes. Doors will close at 11:45 p.m. Or if you're looking for other plans for the weekend, Robert Wehry gives us the scoop on the latest entertainment news in this week's edition of Wehry Weekly Entertainment.
Thanks, Julia. Welcome to this week's episode of Wehry Weekly Entertainment News. Throughout the fall, North Adams is busy with several performances in concerts, shows, and movies. It's a great time to be out and about in the town before the cold weather sets in. For instance, there will be a dance performance at Mass Mocha this weekend. Dancers from the famed Jacob's Pillow will be producing works from choreographer Camille Brown's famed trilogy, which deals with events in African American history through the form of dance. It's a work that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. There will be 2 chances to watch Camille Brown's work. The first will be Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m., and the second will be Sunday, November 3rd at 2 p.m. Student tickets for the show cost $20. Visit massmocha.org to purchase your tickets. Next, the student-led art series MCLA Presents is debuting a new work this week. MCLA Presents Pang Unplugged is a combination of artwork and original music composed by MCLA students. This is one of several events that MCLA Presents puts on during the year, so make sure to go out and support your fellow students. Pang Unplugged will be taking place on Friday, November 1st at the Church Street Center. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. for viewings of the artwork, and the concert begins at 7 p.m. There will also be the opportunity for audience talkbacks with the audience and artists and musicians after the concert. Pang Unplugged is free to the public. Finally, there are 2 movies debuting this weekend at the North Adams Movieplex. The first is Terminator Dark Flight. This movie is a direct sequel to the 1991 classic and has some new special effects that are creating quite a buzz. The movie stars Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Mackenzie Davis, and is directed by Tim Miller. The other major debut this weekend is Harriet. This is a biography of famed civil rights leader Harriet Tubman. Cynthia Ervio, who plays Harriet, is already receiving rave reviews for her performance. This movie also stars Janelle Monáe and Leslie Odom Jr. and is directed by Cassie Lemons. Terminator Dark Flight is scheduled to open on Thursday, October 31st at 7 p.m., while times for Harriet have not been determined. Visit Movieplex's website for all future times. Terminator Dark Flight is rated R for heavy violence and gore and strong language. And Harriet is rated PG-13 for some violent imagery. That ends this week's episode of Wehry Weekly Entertainment News. I'll be back every week to discuss the many concerts, art exhibits, movies, and more going on in North Adams and surrounding towns. Back over to you, Julia.
On Thursday, November 21st at 5 p.m., build, create, and develop your resume and cover letter. Hosted by Career Development, the workshop will be in Bowman 220. All are welcomed. On Saturday, November 2nd, come visit the North Adams Museum of History and Science for its grand reopening event, complete with the ribbon-cutting ceremony. It will take place inside the Holiday Inn at 40 Main Street at 10 a.m. The reopening will be free to the public, and the museum is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Vice President of Academic Affairs, Adrian Wooters, will be hosting open office hours for students to come by and take part in informal conversation and questions. The office hour will be in Frill Library Commons on Friday, November 22nd at 10 a.m. On Saturday, November 2nd, come support the women's soccer team at Shoecraft Field as they host Framingham State in a MASCAC matchup. The Trailblazers will also be honoring their seniors. The game starts at noon. And for students who are looking to change rooms, the deadline to submit the room change request form is Monday, November 4th at 4 p.m. Students can drop off the form to RPS at Townhouse 89. And that's it for this week. To stay up to date with BWN, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MCLABWN. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.